With the sole exception of Satoru Gojo, of course. You have probably heard this glazing in JJK many times. But what if I told you there is a character whose curse technique can even trouble the honored one himself? In this video, we are going to talk about one of my favorite characters from JJK, Fumihiko Takaba, and his unique curse technique, Comedian. JJK Season 3 is going all out in showing the true essence of its side characters. It's no longer just about Gojo. Now the story is giving depth to every major character. We're getting to know about all kinds of sorcerers, some ancient, some modern day, and some awakened from Kenjaku's Culling Game. Along with that, we are seeing a wide variety of curse techniques and new ways to execute domain expansions. Characters like Maki, Hakari, and Higuruma are showing incredible potential. And then we have Fumihiko Takaba, a plain middle-aged comic who thinks he is funny. Takaba is someone who craves acknowledgement. He fears being insignificant, so he cracks jokes to make people laugh and notice him. But professionally, things weren't going well. His shows weren't appreciated. No one laughed at his jokes. But as Ken said, yeah, this guy. There are two types of comedians who make it big. The first are people who are actually funny. And the second are those who delude themselves to think that they are funny. And deep down, Takaba knows he belongs to the latter. He was on the verge of despair. Then suddenly, like many others, he gets caught up in Kenjaku's schemes and awakens as a sorcerer without even realizing it. His curse technique, Comedian, is an incredibly powerful reality-bending ability that makes whatever scenario Takaba finds funny a reality. For example, in his fight with Hazenoki claims he has killed Takaba multiple times. Yet Takaba keeps appearing completely unscathed, making hilarious re-entries after every major hit. Why? Because for Takaba, it won't be funny if he got hurt. So his body simply doesn't take damage. He even recovers from minor injuries without using reverse curse techniques. However, his ability isn't flawless. There's a major drawback. If someone were to convince him that he isn't funny, or if he loses confidence in himself, his technique weakens. But with his level of faith in himself, he can potentially win against almost any opponent. And since we are talking about opponents, let's imagine a hypothetical scenario, Gojo versus Takaba. Now, realistically speaking, they would never fight. They're actually quite similar in some ways, not in power though. In such a fight, Takaba's ability would definitely affect Gojo. Everybody knows Gojo's infinity. Nobody can get close to him without him allowing it. But let's suppose Takaba finds it funny to jump scare him from behind. It will catch Gojo off guard. But Gojo isn't just any sorcerer. He's the pillar of the entire JJK world. With his intelligence, abilities, and battle experience, Gojo would likely find a way to outsmart Takaba. Especially since Takaba is somewhat simple-minded and can be influenced. It won't be easy, but we are talking about Satoru Gojo. When has he ever needed things to be easy? On the other hand, if we consider Sukuna, he's an exceptional manipulator as well and could potentially deceive Takaba too. And for my anime-only friends who are wondering about another major antagonist, just be patient. The anime will answer that itself in the coming episodes. To conclude, Fumihiko Takaba is a passionate comedian who refuses to let criticism affect him. He follows his art and genuinely wants to make people happy. And after gaining this mysterious power, one he doesn't have any clue about, he becomes a very important character in JJK, one who will have a major impact on the future. And in the end, we can all agree with Fushiguro when he said, "I'm glad he's not my enemy."